Kudos to you, female DJ. Let's move on. Let's get to know Treasure Oladunni, who's in the studio today. So, gratitude. Can you give us a short profile of our guest?
Okay. Our profile isn't actually so short.
I know, that's why I said it should short. That's why I said it short.
I'll try my best to make it very short.
Yes.
Treasure Oladunni is a passionate educator, social impact leader, and entrepreneur, dedicated to empowering young people, especially girls in rural communities, through education, skills, and opportunities. She's the founder of Bomulo. Yeah. Oh, okay.
What did you call it?
Bomulo.
Yeah,
it's a Korean name.
Oh, that's the first thing. Don't worry. You will tell us why you chose that.
Honestly, she's the founder of Bomulo Educational Foundation, a non-profit organization based in the rural community of Mowe, Ogun State. Through the foundation, Treasure leads educational and empowerment programs for children and teenagers, blending formal and informal learning to help them build confidence, character, and confidence. Every day, Treasure lives by 3 words that define her journey: audacity, growth, and impact. She believes that true success is not just what you achieve for yourself, but what you help others to become, especially when you start from where you are. I think I tried my best.
Yes, you did. You did justice to that one. So why, you said it's a Korean name already.
Yeah.
So why Bomolo? Did I get that right?
Right.
Why? What's the meaning? All right, welcome back. It's good to be back again. Well, we're about to know exactly what it means to, maybe, in Yoruba, the first things that we learn in Yoruba language, is usually, for me, it was the abuse.
It's always the abuse.
It's always the abuse, right? Even if you want to learn the Igbo language, it's the abuse. For Hausa people don't know how to put Hausa, but they understand how to, abuse already.
Right.
So yes, I hope it's not abused though. But I know it cannot be abused because it's a business. Right. So tell me, what is the meaning of Bomolo? Okay, all right.
Okay, so Bomulo means treasure.
No.
Oh.
So what happened was, should I go into the story?
Of course, yes.
Okay, so in 2020, during the lockdown, I live in a rural area, as I read, and children were at home, they were not going to school and everything. So I had this longing in my heart that how do we, help these children, even if they're not going to school, how can we help them learn? Even if they cannot learn the proper way, but there are other things they can learn. Because the funny thing is, there's something about children in rural area, they're not as exposed as those on the outside. So how can I gather children? And I just said, okay, let's start Treasure Kiddies Foundation. So started with Treasure Kiddies Foundation. So we gather children and go to their parents' houses, bring your children, let's meet. We had a school we're using, my mom's school. So I'll gather them every Friday, we'll meet and all of that. So it was running for 3 years, and then last year I said I was going to register the foundation. So then I got to CAC, Corporate Affairs Commission, to register. And the next thing they told me is, almost everybody was using Treasure. Oh my God, why are you using my name? I thought my name was special.
Everybody wants to be a treasure.
And so, shout out to my team member, Mr. Rakoya. It was one that was handling the registration for me, and he said, you have to use another name. I said, I want to retain that name, that treasure. Every child is a treasure. I want that name. And so he said, okay, the best thing we can do is to look for a treasure in another language. I started to search. I was seeing different. I said, no. Then I found this name, maybe because I'm a K-drama lover.
Oh, yeah, we K-drama lovers.
So I just stumbled on them, like, oh, Bomulo, that's really nice. And I think it is easier for the children to pronounce, because I don't want something that would be too complicated for them
to pronounce.
And they start looking like, oh, we don't know about this. But then it just felt really like, Bomulo, let's do that. So we now change from kiddies to education now. So it wasn't just streamlined to kiddies. So it was now children and teenagers. Although I was actually very afraid to bring in teenagers, because I'm more of kiddies, children and all, but then I've been able to grow into teenagers and learn to bring them into that.
Okay, great. So what's your story like having to, well, you already said the story because you wanted kids, to be
Yeah.
able to learn and educate. So, but so far, how many children have you been able to help,
In my rural community. So when we started with about 50 children. We just gathered.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Started with 50.
Yes.
Not 5, not 10.
50. I'm telling you, some parents were like, you did not tell me, my children would have come.
Oh, wow.
So every Thursday preceding the Friday, I'll go to their houses. It's a rural area, and it's a big community, but it's very, very rural. So I have to go to their houses, go and tell them, your children come this Friday. And so before you know, we grew up to 100, started to have 120.
No.
I'm telling you,
a lot.
because there was nobody doing it. I was like the only person doing it. And I remember Mary, she was my first volunteer. She saw the flyer. I just designed something. She said, I want to be a part of this. And then she joined me. But at some point, we were not able to handle the children. Children can be a lot and all of that. But then it started to grow. Like, okay, let's have a Christmas party. And a party in December. Children's Day, we started to organize, bring children to, and 200, 250, 300, like that. Children will come from different communities because my rural area is a barren community. So there are other communities that are attached to that community.
Oh, okay.
So you see children come from
wow.
I'm telling you, miles away, they would trek.
Wow.
Here because it was something they were not used to. So they saw something new. They saw something different. They were motivated to be different.
Yeah.
So, and like that, we just started. And right now, we start to look at the numbers. We have reached over 2,000 children and teenagers.
How many years did you start this?
So I started informally. Let me say informally. In 2020. So we got incorporated in 2024. That's last year.
Oh wow! Last year.
Yes.
That's beautiful. That's amazing, actually.
Thank you.
So your workforce, how were you able to bring people? Like you said, somebody saw your flyer and decided to be part of the dream. But how were you able to scale? Because believe you me, bringing your dreams to an achievement takes a lot, and you need the team that buys into your dreams to be able to bring that to fruition. So how are you able to detect people that can help you, live this dream out? Before you answer that question, let's quickly go for a short break and let's have a second tip and be right back to exactly know how she was able to put all of this together, especially the team. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
Tips on how to use technology. Here are some practical tips on how to use technology wisely and effectively. 1. Learn the basics first. Get comfortable with your device's settings, apps, and shortcuts. Read manuals or watch quick tutorials on YouTube. 2. Focus on goals, not just tools. Before using any technology, identify your purpose. Clearly define what you want to accomplish. Then, select the right tool. Choose technology that is appropriate for your specific task or need. Don't get caught up using a tool just because it's available. 3. Protect your privacy. Use strong passwords and enable two-factor authentication. Avoid sharing sensitive information on unsecured websites or public Wi-Fi. 4. Keep your devices updated. Regularly update apps and operating systems to protect against bugs and security risks. 5. Manage screen time. Set limits and manage your screen time. Turn off devices when you need to focus or be present in a social situation. Use apps that track usage to avoid digital burnout. Take regular breaks. 20-20-20 rule. Every 20 minutes, look 20 feet away for 20 seconds. 6. Back up your data. Use cloud storage or external drives to avoid losing important files. 7. Use tech for productivity. Download apps for reminders, note-taking, budgeting, or fitness tracking. Use navigation apps, online resources, and other tools to address everyday needs like transportation or accessing information. Automate repetitive tasks where possible. 8. Be cyber smart. Don't click suspicious links or open unknown attachments. Install reliable antivirus software. 9. Explore learning opportunities. Access online courses, video tutorials, e-classrooms, and digital libraries to enhance your education. Use educational apps and digital calendars for organization. Explore reliable learning platforms, Coursera, Udemy, Khan Academy to gain new skills. Follow podcasts or blogs related to your interests. 10. Customize notifications. Ensure technology use doesn't interfere with face-to-face interactions or other essential activities. Turn off unnecessary alerts to reduce distractions. Keep only important updates like calls, messages, or work apps. 11. Use tech for balance. Create screen-free zones. Establish areas or times where technology is not used, such as during family time or at bedtime. Try digital detox days. Disconnect from social media and focus on offline activities. Use meditation or wellness apps to maintain a healthy lifestyle. 12. Utilize technology for creativity, communication, and organization. Leverage apps for creating and sharing videos, audio, and art. Use technology for networking, collaborative projects, and educational discussions with classmates. Employ digital calendars and apps to manage time, track tasks, and keep your homework organized. 13. Be an active participant. Engage with online content, share your ideas in discussions, and use technology to learn actively, not just as a passive spectator. Technology should be your servant, not your master. Use it to make life simpler, not more stressful.
All right, welcome back. I miss Shalom. That was by Shalom. Hope you're having a nice life at school right now. Well, let's move on to Treasure Oladunni. Well, you were stating something before, we had our commercial break. So please, you can continue from there.
Yes, you were asking how I was able to pull my team together.
Yes.
So it was a roller coaster. I had to do it all by myself when I started. My first volunteer had to go to school, and she had to leave and all of that. So I was left by myself. At some point, it was really, really tough because juggling work, and even I also had to go to school as well. But then in 2023, I started posting more about it, started talking about what these children were going through and all. So I had friends who said, oh, Treasure, this is something that I would like to be a part of. This is something I want to be a part of. And so I had a friend then, Mr. Okoye. I was like, oh, Treasure, this is something really good. Let us make something good from it. And from there, we started together. I remember my first graphic designer, because I was just designing by myself. I was just designing anything. And so this guy said, oh, I want to be a part of this. I'm going to be designing for you for free. Let me be a part of your team. I'm like, oh, because I don't have money to pay you. I'm also running on my own money as well. But as I was able to gather my team, just one person here, and like that, we had a solid team. I do say so myself.
Oh, that solid team is all you need to bring your dream to life.
Right.
Anyway.
Yeah, so I'm going to ask you questions regarding challenges now.
Right.
Because while speaking, you mentioned a few of challenges here and there. So just for the sake of our viewers, for those that have this passion and drive, for them to understand that no matter how passionate you're about something, there's always a challenge. But how you overcome this challenge is very important. So just share with us your challenges while trying to start up your foundation and how you were able to overcome each and every one of it.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Because I am that person, I want to say this. Once I hear it cannot work, it cannot happen, I will tell you it has to happen. It has to work, because cannot, I don't think they are in my dictionary. I don't like to hear it at all. So because you told me it cannot work is why it must work. So I had a lot of challenges, yes. And the first, and I think the first challenge that I had, and I think that is what most founders have, is funding. It was really hard having to fund this foundation. You have children that are out of school. You want to say, okay, you want to pay for tuition, you want to pay for, and I'm like, oh my God, how much? At the time, I think I was receiving 18,000 naira salary, and the child I wanted to pay for at the time, well, I think his school fee was around 15,000 naira. And I was wondering, oh, we're going to have this, we're going to have this. How do I want to factor this in? I was running on my money, and people in the community will go to them. But it's a low income area, so they cannot give you as much as you want. But last year was where I said, no, I have to find a solution to this. What happened last year? Last year we had an EdTech conference where we had children and teenagers, because how will somebody in SS1, they don't know what a mouse looks like.
Oh wow.
They've not seen a monitor before. And I'm like, this cannot be happening. Let's organize an EdTech conference, an educational technology conference. We invited students from different schools, brought all of them together, rented like the biggest hall. And as soon as I drafted the budget, my team was like, hey, Treasure, you don't come. I'm like, don't worry, it's going to happen. We're going to get the money. Gosh, hey. The money wasn't forthcoming. I strained myself, got money from here, from there. I paid debt till like November. As at this time last year, for an event that happened in May 27th, I was paying debt every month. I had to pay back. And you know, I just told myself, this cannot work. I need to find a solution to this problem. There are lots of foundations doing well. How are they doing it? Where are they getting the funding from? And I got to that they were pitching, they were winning grants. I said, I'm going to go for a pitch. I'm going to win a grant. I went for a pitch in September and I failed. My first pitch. God, I was shaking. I went with my team members and we failed. I'm like, oh wow. But then I said, this is my momentum. This is what I need to keep going for it. This is what I need. This is the push that I need. I'm not going to stop. So I went for a training on pitching and I realized that my slide deck was not good and all. So I went for a training. I started learning how to pitch, how to win grants and all. An opportunity came in March, Access Bank, International Women's Day. I was there. As soon as I said I was going to pitch, I went on stage and I was sharing my story. I didn't only get the Access grant, I even got another person, an investor said, I'm invested in your story. This I want to hear it. Even with Gino, I just had this story. I know I had this story I want to push out. And that's what it has made me to know that pitching is not just about coming to tell us, oh, we have done this is numbers. What story do you have to tell? So as a founder, as somebody who is building, you have to have a story to tell. So one of the ways that I've been able to, you know, cut myself off, stretching myself too much, using my money, my time, and not my time, yes, but how can I get brands to support me? So we had May 27 this year. We had an educational fun fair and it was really good. Gino came, brought products, gave us money. We had bouncing castle. Like the children were so happy. They enjoyed themselves. Even me, I was happy. Like, imagine this is what I would have been struggling to do with how much do I have? But then you can get to speak with these brands and it just makes so much sense to me, and it has helped me to know that there is no challenge that I cannot overcome. Because funding is like the major challenge, but then I've been able to overcome by pushing myself, by learning and unlearning and relearning. Yeah,
this is really trust me, I really love that. And the fact that it was as if, you know, when sometimes people share their success stories as if it's easy. You know, you're just saying, you know, I just started, you know, I just felt. There are times that even for a month you're trying to figure out what next to do. Do you understand? So now I think I'm going to ask a question, but before that, let's go for our last break and the last tip. Then we'll come back and ask exactly how do you know what to do when you're confused. And we'll ask her because of course she has gone through that at those points where she feels a little bit down, a little bit confused. So what is the next resort, especially for business owners, for people who are entrepreneurs? What do you do next? Because I'm sure some people are probably in that stage right now and they're just looking for a way out. So this is for you. So let's quickly go for a short break and the last tip for the day. Then we'll come back to the studio, wrap up the show. Stay with us.
Tips on how to be self-disciplined. Here are some practical tips to help you build self-discipline. 1. Set clear goals. Know exactly what you want to achieve. 2. Start small. Build habits step by step instead of trying to change everything at once. 3. Create a routine. Stick to a daily schedule or train your mind and body. 4. Avoid distractions. Limit social media, TV, or anything that pulls you away from your goals. 5. Practice self-control. Learn to say no to short-term pleasures that delay long-term success. 6. Stay consistent. Discipline comes from repeating good habits daily. 7. Hold yourself accountable. Track your progress or share goals with someone who can check on you. 8. Reward yourself. Celebrate small wins and stay motivated. 9. Learn from mistakes. Don't give up if you sleep. Restart and keep moving forward. 10. Stay focused on your why. Always remind yourself for the reason behind your goal.
All right, welcome back. So finally, for people who are in a, you know, like they feel static, they feel stagnant at some point, having to want to fulfill their dreams. Now, share your own experience, what you did, so that people know and understand how they can actually get out of that phase.
So I'm to share my experience.
Yes,
I know what I did. So I'm not going to lie. I'm going to be very, very honest.
Of course.
I went to God.
Okay.
Yes, because I believe that I am God's child, I'm God's daughter, and I can never be stranded if I have God on my side. And so every time when I'm at this block road, I'm like, God, your daughter is here again. There are times where I'll try, and it was people were not even helping the matter. People in the community, you're staying in this place, even if you are doing the barest minimum, there's no role model. You're your role model, you're the one motivating yourself. I cannot stay here. People said that a lot to me. I'm like, you know what, I'm going to stay here, be my motivation. I have a lot of people to look up to online. There's Oloria Tuwashe of Worry. There's a lot of people I can look up to online, and I'm going to be that change and also inspire change in this community.
Right.
Because I have students that I have trained that have gone on global stage to win a debate.
Oh wow!
I've gone, I said you will do it, and they have that audacity, that confidence that
True.
if Miss Treasure, they call me Miss Treasure, if Miss Treasure is doing this, I can do it as well. And sometimes they win, sometimes they don't win, but I'll help them to know that life, you lose, you win some.
Yeah.
Just every failure is a feedback. It's for you to know that they are not stopping.
You have to keep going,
pressing forward. So
that's very true.
Every time that I'm at that confused state, I always resort back to God and then go, what's the next plan? And then I sit back, re-strategize. I'm like, how do I? Because the funny thing is, I talked about pitch, right? I pitched and all of that. The pitch that got me Gino was not an actual pitch. It was not, I did not have to do a pitch deck. I don't have to send an email. I've been sending emails for many years now, but I think maybe it was a wrong email or something. It was a comment on Instagram. Idabasi had gone to, she had gone out, share goodies and all of that, Gino products. I just saw it. I just commented like, oh, Hannah, this is really good. I would love for Gino to come to my community. I just dropped it, and immediately a woman, she countered me. Don't drop this kind of thing here. Go to their email. I just said, I hope they see it. I wanted to delete the comments at some point. I said, I'm not going to delete it. I'm going to leave it there. And then the managing director of Gino just came to the comments and said, see me my DM. One thing led to the other. Gave me an appointment. Before you know it, I'm like, wow. So this is how this thing happens.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to. Pitch can happen
anywhere. Yeah.
That's what people don't know. It doesn't have to be until I designed this.
You just have to learn to always take every opportunity you can.
It can be a comment. If you honestly, you find me almost every comment.
I'm telling you.
It is actually because things that I've gotten from the comment section on Instagram, I cannot even count. Information that I have made, and I just like. Some people will use this same comment to troll on us.
Yeah, but you're being creative about it.
Thank you. I'm like, so if you're a builder, you're a founder, if you're at every opportunity you get, make it work for you. There's nothing like I can't, it can't work. Don't ever let that be your
head.
Be in your head. Yes, thank you. You have to keep pushing forward. I can do it. If other people are doing it, I can do it. So when I'm like, you're coming to this show, yes, I can do it. It is gonna happen.
Wow.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so very much. Thank you very much for sharing that experience because it's something that I know everybody out there would learn from. And of course, seeing that you can actually pull this through from something that you did not even believe would start from you and right in your community. You're not going anywhere. It's just started from your community at your footstool right there. So that's a beautiful one. And thank you for also reaching out to those kids. Thank you so much. This is what we call you another mother of nation.
We had one yesterday.
We had one yesterday. You're a mother of nations, yes. So we keep having mothers of nation, and that is beautiful. Welcome on board. It's good. Anyway, thanks so much. I hope you enjoyed the show.
Oh yes, I really did. I really did enjoy the show.
So if we call you and say, okay, please come educate some children, let's talk to you again. Let's hear something from you. Would you come?
I'm on my way.
Amazing. I love that positive vibe. Anyway, we've come to the end of the program. I hope you enjoyed and heard a success story and learned a lot. It's been a beautiful ride with Treasure Oladunni, who I've already coined another mother of all nations.